Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know this rush hour of August 1, Thursday. I'm Riza Diaz. Opening up today's rush with lotto outlets back in business. President Duterte lifted the suspension on lotto operations after 4 days. But during that period, the PCSO says it has incurred hundreds of millions in losses. Greg Gregorio has the report.
Avid bettors rush to their nearest lotto outlets now that lotto operations are no longer suspended.
Siyempre masaya dahil makakakaya na uli. Pasakali, pero nakakatulong naman sa mahihirap yan.
Natuwa lang ako. Tinignan ko lang para marami ng tao dito. Ako na pala nauna.
This lotto agent was excited to reopen her outlet after losing out on earnings for the last 4 days.
Saturday, Sunday, yun talagang malakas ng mananaya eh.
It was a relief for the bettors and the operators. The same goes for PCSO, which lost 250 million pesos in revenue since the suspension. But those involved in the issue of corruption are still not off the hook, as Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission or PACC is poised to conduct a lifestyle check against former and current officials of PCSO, including former GM Balutan and current Chairman Pinidi and all board of directors. A House resolution was also filed in Congress to conduct an inquiry on the alleged corruption. PCSO General Manager Royina Garma, in a press conference Wednesday, said they are working on ways to make their other games as transparent as the lottery, since other games are still suspended as of this time.
Ang una po niyang inalaw na ibalik po ang lotto dahil po napag-aralan namin kasama po ang board na this game is very transparent and may mga safety nets na nakalagay po dito.
In fact, the PCSO launched Ipaalam kay GM to receive comments, suggestions, and even complaints. For News 5, Greg Gregorio, we are One News.
Here are some of the day's biggest stories. Malacanang says it's open to using dengvaxia once again to prevent further spread of dengue in the country. Palace spokesman Sal Panelo says this was a recommendation made by former Health Secretary and now Iloilo Representative Janet Garin. Panelo, however, says that the proposal must first be studied in depth to assure the public of the controversial vaccine's effectiveness and safety.
The weight of the findings show that there is benefit in using dengvaxia against dengue, then certainly the government should consider it. Should.
Meanwhile, Garin urged the government not to resort to fear-mongering. The former health chief denied claims that there is a new strain of dengue virus present in the country. Garin says that as early as 2010, the World Health Organization has already identified 4 strains of dengue virus worldwide, which could have been prevented if the dengvaxia immunization program had been allowed to continue.
Hindi ko po alam saan nanggagaling yung mga pronouncement na yun ng Department of Health. Sa buong mundo, wala pong bagong strain na dengue virus na nadidiskubre. Kung totoo na yung cause ng maraming outbreaks, epidemics at pagkamatay ng ating mga kababayan, bagong strain ng dengue virus, magre-resign po ako sa Kongreso. Ang panawagan lang po natin sa ating iilang mga opisyal sa Department of Health, please do not mislead the public.
And here are the biggest stories from the dailies. The Department of Health, Region 13, has ordered to stop deworming activities at all elementary schools in Surigao del Norte after the procedure resulted in the death of a student and hospitalization of 7 others. Filipino Star ngayon reports that the student at San Isidro Elementary School died hours after ingesting deworming drugs. The DOH is now awaiting results of the investigation. Voter registration resumes today, 10 months before the barangay and SK elections. The COMELEC is expecting 2 million new registrants during registration period, which will end on September 30. Voters may register at the Commission's field offices from Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And Pangmasa reports that the poll body is also planning to set up satellite offices in malls in the coming days. Another airport in Central Luzon is closer to reality after San Miguel Corporation bagged the Bulacan Airport project. Now, to keep things short, San Miguel got the airport gig unopposed with no rival bids to challenge its unsolicited proposal for the 745 billion peso New Manila International Airport. Business World reports that construction is expected to start in the fourth quarter of the year. Chinese vessels are once again cruising through Philippine waters, but government officials say war is not an option. Justin Punsalang with a report.
Chinese vessels were again reported in the vicinity of Pag-asa Island last July 24 and 25. National Security Advisor Hermogenes Esperon said there were 113 of them. He also confirmed that a Chinese warship sailed along Tawi-Tawi 2 months ago without informing the Philippines.
Meron na tayong diplomatic protest on that, and then we simply have to, alam mo, sa totoo lang, meron naman tayong relation sa military to military and ambassador to ambassador. So, pwede nating pag-usapan ulit yan na it's a common practice and customary for military assets. When they pass, we simply have to get diplomatic clearance.
Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana has called China a bully for intruding into Philippine waters. But the Philippine government prefers to stick to diplomatic channels in dealing with China. A military response, as Duterte has repeatedly stated, is not an option.
Hindi mo madadala sa military action. Ang problema ay yung pagdaan. Yes, sir. Ay wala namang pinutukan.
The China pivot of the Duterte administration may have eased the possibility of a shooting war, but the incursions by China have not stopped and may have become the new normal in the West Philippine Sea. For News 5, Justine Punsalang, we are One News.
For those who are in the eastern section of the country, brace yourselves for more rain later in the day. That's because of a low-pressure area which was last spotted 460 kilometers east of Virac, Catanduanes. Its trough or extension will continue bringing scattered rains, showers, and thunderstorms over Caraga, Davao Region, Eastern Visayas, and Bicol. Now, the southwest monsoon or habagat, on the other hand, is still affecting the western section of Luzon. Pag-asa warns against possible landslides and flash floods, especially in Pangasinan, Zambales, and Bataan. College students of Manila, listen up. Mayor Isko Moreno just signed an ordinance which grants a 1,000 peso allowance to all of the city scholars starting next year. And parents don't need to worry because Moreno has assured this won't cost you additional taxes. Marian Enriquez with the story.
Only the best and the brightest of Manila go to the pamantasan ng lungsod ng Maynila. Tuition is free, and now on top of that, students will soon receive a 1,000 peso monthly allowance. Mayor Isko Moreno has signed the law giving the allowances starting January next year. The allowances also cover students at the Universidad de Manila.
It's an incentive for them to continue maintaining their good standing. Kasi malinaw sa ordinansa na hindi naman ho basta-basta ibibigay yan ng lungsod, no? Kailangan maipakita po nila na maliban po sa kanilang pangangailangan, ay sila ho ay nagsiseryoso rin sa kanilang pag-aaral.
A week ago, Moreno signed another law giving seniors, persons with disability, single parents, and senior high students a monthly allowance of 500 pesos. The best part of all this is that it won't cost Manila residents in terms of new taxes. Moreno says Manila can afford this financial aid just by better fiscal planning. In fact, Moreno has also approved tax amnesty for real estate and businesses.
Wala na mag-i-inspeksyon ng libro ninyo. Wala na kailangan itagong libro. Bakit? In fact, this is the time for us to correct everything. And this is now your opportunity to correct what is written in your business book.
The tax amnesty is expected to raise money for the social programs of Moreno. For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
Let's fast break now to Sports Rush. Rain or shine lives to fight another day after finally beating San Miguel Beer at the 2019 PBA Commissioner's Cup semifinals on Wednesday. But it wasn't an easy win since the Elasta Painters had to survive a 51-point explosion from SMB's import of Chris McCullough. Now, rain or shine even lost hold of an early 18-point lead and went down to 102-104 with a minute and 35 seconds left to play. But Bo Belga, Gabe Norwood, and Rain Ambatak did not lose hope and teamed up for a 10-point blitz to pull back and keep their season alive.
We just have to focus on the game kasi yun nga 0-2 kami. So laging sinasabi ng mga teammates ko na hangga't may series pa hindi pa tapos yung laban. So yun yung naging motivation sa amin.
A powerhouse of talented personalities are set to fill the airwaves as Signal TV launches its 24/7 Filipino news channel 1PH. 1PH is set to showcase an array of programs grouped into 3 categories: News and Commentary or Newscom, Katarungan, Karapatan at Kaalaman or KKK, and Showbiz and Sports or SNS. Under Newscom, Jamie Herel joins Rafi Tulfo for One Balita and other programs like Sa Totoo Lang and Wag Po. KKK includes Wanted sa Radyo, Mag-Budget, Inay Ko Po, Kwentong Kutsara, Klinika Flavier, and Usapang Kapatid. For sports, there's Sport Lang, Turbo Time, and Radio or Ride Radio. 1PH is partnered with Radyo 5 and can be viewed on Signal TV and Channel 6.
We have a lot of plans for 1PH. News 5, Philippine Star, as well as Business World. It simulcasts in our OTT streaming service called C-Play. And you will also find this in a lot of online platforms, digital platforms. My dream is one day I'm able to port this to free-to-air.
Here are the stories to watch out for later today. President Duterte will grace the 28th founding anniversary of the Bureau of Fire Protection. Semifinals action continues at the Big Dome. It's Game 4 showdown between the TNT Katropa and Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings. TNT is just 1 win away from booking the finals ticket. Will they finally get it? We'll find out later at 7 p.m. on PBA Rush. And Mutya Pilipinas will present the candidates for its 2019 edition. That's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us again next time for another round of Rush. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.